Good afternoon. I am Dr. Vinod Kumar S. Mannur, Professor and Head, Department of Pharmaceutical Quality Assurance, KLE College of Pharmacy, Belgaum. In this session, I am going to talk on the topic posology, and the components of this topic is definitions and factors affecting dose selection. Coming to the definition, posology is a branch of medical science concerned with dosage. Posology is derived from the Greek word posos, means how much, and logos means science is a branch of medicine, pharmacy dealing with doses. Again, dose is defined as amount of drug that ordinarily produces the desired therapeutic response in the majority of patients in general or otherwise in defined population group. The schedule of dosing or time of administration of drugs, for example, 4 times a day for 10 days, is referred to as the dosage regimen, where this thing is commonly seen in the prescription, so and so medication, morning, afternoon, evening, once for 3 times a day or for 1 week. This is called as dosage regimen. The proper selection of both the dose size and the frequency of administration is an important factor that influences whether a satisfactory therapeutic plasma concentration is achieved and maintained over the prescribed course of treatment. Coming to the classification of doses, doses are classified into 4 types. Number 1, initial dose or loading dose. Number 2, maintenance dose. Number 3, prophylactic dose. And number 4, therapeutic dose. So what is initial dose? Initial dose is one given at first time to attain the desired therapeutic drug concentration in the body. For example, digoxin for hypertension 500 to 750 microgram per 6 hours. What is maintenance dose? The subsequent doses administered after initial dose to maintain the level of drug through maintenance dose is called as the maintenance dose. For example, subsequent doses of digoxin are 125 to 375 microgram per hour. You can clearly see the difference between those both the doses, whereas the strength of initial dose is greater than the strength of the maintenance dose. Next type of dose is prophylactic dose. It is the amount of drug administered to prevent the disease. Before occurrence of any disease into any individual, the drug what is administered is called as the prophylactic dose. Example, water soluble vitamins are given in lesser dose as prophylactic dose. Vitamin B1 2 gram per day can act as a prophylactic dose. Coming to the therapeutic dose, this is higher dose strength than the prophylactic dose used to treat the illness of the disease. Example, vitamin B1 5 mg per day to cure the beriberi disorder. Coming to the factors affecting the dose selection of a drug in patients, there are 16 factors which are responsible for affecting the dose selection of a drug in patients: age, sex or gender, body weight, route of drug administration, the type of dosage form, time of administration, environment, emotional factors, generic factors, presence of disease or metabolic disturbance or kidney and liver diseases, additive effect, synergism, antagonism, tolerance, tachyphylaxis, and idiosyncrasy. Now we'll try to understand each of one of these factors and their role. First factor is age. Drug dosage based on age. The age of the patient being treated is frequently a consideration in the determination of drug dosage, especially in the young or elderly. Newborns are abnormally sensitive to certain drugs because of the immature state of their hepatic and renal function. Elderly individuals may also respond abnormally to the usual adult dose of a drug because of impaired ability to metabolize or eliminate the drug or because of other concurrent pathologic conditions. So when we need to administer a particular drug to either a newly born baby or pediatric patient or a geriatric patient, we need to calculate the dose required for that particular patient in comparison with the adult dose. Next factor is the gender factor. Females require 85% of the male dose because of their lesser weight and they are more receptive to drugs. Lesser dose is given to females during menstruation, pregnancy, and lactation. During menstruation, change in the concentrations of progesterone and estrogen, female hormones, leads to marked changes in the physiological functions of the body. Receptors are more active than the normal conditions during this period. For example, purgative drugs are more active than the normal condition. Third factor is the body weight. The official usual doses for drugs are considered suitable for 70 kgs or 150 pounds individuals. The ratio between the amount of drug administered and the size of the body influences the drug concentration at the site of action. Therefore, drug dosage may require adjustment from the usual adult dose for abnormally lean or obese patients. Factor number 4, route of administration. Drugs administered intravenously enter the bloodstream directly and thus the full amount of drug administered is present in the blood, which is also called as 100% bioavailability. In contrast, drugs administered orally are rarely fully absorbed due to the various physical, chemical and biological barriers to their absorption, including interactions with the gastric and intestinal contents. Thus, a lesser parenteral dose of a drug is required than the oral dose to achieve the same blood levels of a drug. Factor number 5, type of dosage form. Again, there are two different routes of entry for the drug, that is external route as well as the internal route. The drugs are applied either onto the skin or onto the mucous membrane of the mouth or onto the mucous membrane of the rectum. These are called as external routes. Coming to the internal route, the drug is either administered orally, which is called as ingestion, or injected in the form of parenteral dosage form, or they are also administered in the form of inhalations. Factor number 6, time of administration. Time relationship could alter the absorption of the administered dose. Absorption occurs more rapidly if stomach and upper portion of the GIT are free from food. That means when the drug is administered in empty stomach, the rate of absorption of the drug is rapid. Drug action of some medicines may depreciate when administered after food, and irritant forms of drugs are better tolerated if food is already present in the gut. Factor number 7, that is environment. Surrounding environment of patient is more important at the time of treatment. In disturbed environment, patient will get irritated, thus change in the hormone balance may occur. At this time, however, the dose of the drug is given, it will not have the effect on patient. Factor number 8, emotional factors. Dose of drug is selected on the emotional factors of patient. If patient is suffering from insomnia, sedative dose has to be increased if the patient is irritable or more emotional. Factor number 9, genetic factors. For different races or species of human being, the genes are varying. Thereby, the body containing different enzymes will be altered. Certain drugs are not given, or certain drugs are given in lesser dose than the normal dose in such conditions. For example, for Negroes, anti-malarial drug like primaquine causes hemolysis in individuals due to deficiency of glucose 6-phosphatase dehydrogenase enzyme, which is a severe effect on the patient. Factor number 10, presence of disease, metabolic disturbance, kidney and liver diseases. Kidney is the site of excretion. During kidney disorders, the accumulation of the drug may increase in the body due to poor excretion, and this must, in such conditions, the decrease in dosage of drug need to be calculated or administered after proper calculation until kidney function become normal. Even in liver disorders, liver is again the site of drug detoxification and metabolism. During liver disorders, drug will accumulate to toxic levels in body. In kidney and liver diseases, the drug dose adjustment has to be made depending upon the urine excretion rate as well as the metabolism rate. Coming to the 11th factor, additive effect. An effect wherein two or more substances or actions used in combination produce a total effect the same as the arithmetic sum of the individual effect is called as the additive effect. For example, codeine when administered with acetaminophen can produce or can elicit better pain relief action. Factor number 12, synergism. Syn means together and ergo means work. Interaction between two or more drug agents, entities, factors, or substances that produce an effect greater than the sum of their individual effects is called as synergistic effect. Example, when aspirin is administered with warfarin sodium, it can show the synergistic effect. There is excessive bleeding, which is an undesirable effect. Similarly, when clavulanic acid is administered in combination with amoxicillin, it can show synergistic effect in showing better antibiotic effect. Coming to the third factor, that is antagonism. When two drugs are administered together, the effect of both the drugs are diminished or the effect of one drug is inhibited. This effect is called as antagonism. For example, antacids inhibit the absorption of NSAIDs like aspirin and paracetamol when administered together. This is because aspirin and paracetamol are poorly acidic drugs, and when they are administered with antacids, it changes the gastric environment and inhibits the absorption of the aspirin or paracetamol. 14th factor is the tolerance. It is a decrease in effects of drugs as a result of repeated usage of drug. It takes few days or few weeks to develop. A higher dose is required to achieve the same effect. Not all drugs are addictive, but many common drugs such as amphetamines and opiates are addictive forming drugs. Once addicted, a person will adamantly and irrationally seek out their preferred high doses. Coming to the 15th factor, tachyphylaxis. Repeated administration of the same dose of a drug results into reduced effect of the drug over time. Thus, development of tolerance to drug will increase. Tachyphylaxis refers to a quickly developing tolerance that occurs after repeated administration of a drug. Here in the example, you can see the effect of drug went gradually decreasing upon the continuous usage of the medicaments or continuous administration of the medicament. The plasma level cannot be reached with the same dose when it is compared with the previous administration. Drugs which can exhibit such type of tachyphylaxis are ephedrine, nicotine, and nitroglycerin patch. The last factor is the idiosyncrasy, abnormal or peculiar responses to drug accounting to 25% to 30% of all drug reactions, thought to result from genetic enzymatic deficiencies or other unique physiological variables and leading to abnormal mechanisms of drug metabolism or altered physiological effects of drug. Example, cytochrome P450 enzyme deficiency. Primaquine sulfonamides induce acute hemolytic anemia in patients with glucose 6-phosphatase dehydrogenase enzyme deficiency. So these are the factors which affects the dose selection while administering a particular drug to a particular patients or type of patients. Thank you.